our first session is to find out where all the resources are. If you've logged on to Toastmasters International, you'll know that there's a plethora of information about all sorts of things. And the person who really knows this the best is Sue Pederick. Now, Sue's an immediate past district director, and she's been a Toastmaster for 9 years and a member of my home club, Adelaide, but also Mount Barker, Leadership SA and North Adelaide. And when she was a division director, twice she reminds me, 1 year she attended 73 contests and undertook every role possible except for being a competitor, because as a division director, you're not eligible to compete. So she's seen outstanding division and club members, and as they've advanced through contests from club to district level. Importantly, the connections, the leaders and the talent were exceptional and well worth the effort. So please join me in welcoming Sue Pederick to discuss the resources that are available to us. Sue Pederick.
Thank you, Nick. And there are a plethora of resources, and thank you to everyone joining us today. I know there is a club officer training for Eastern, and it's great to see so many faces on board. So where are all the resources? They're hosted in the Toastmasters International website. That's where you get all of your information. If you go outside of Toastmasters International, you'll find that there are many resources on offer, but they might not be compliant for what you need. So your main go-to point, I will share on the screen if I have access to share. Do I have access, Matt?
I've just made you the host.
Thank you. So to share the resources, I'll share them here. It really is only one main spot to go to, and that's this one. It's the Rulebook, which is the Toastmasters International resource, and you need to make sure you get the correct rulebook. The international contestant winner from the previous year will always be on the front page of the rulebook. The second resource is the tutorials. There are many tutorials on offer through Toastmasters International that you can access, and they'll go through discussing every single aspect of what is needed in regard to how to do your role, and the contest kits. Now the kits come with every single contest, so you might not need all of the information in every single kit, but if you're hosting a kit, say one by one, one contest might be the evaluation, for an example, and in that kit has your all your judging ballots, all of the contestants' forms to fill out, all of the judges' forms to fill out, all of the not liability, all of everything you need to run the contest. But there is also the sheet that the speakers need to fill out in regard to recording their evaluation. So absolutely everything you need is there, as well as there's the Toastmasters International Speech Contest Guide. So I'm not going to go any further on this page, which is all your resources, and I'll copy and paste that into the chat when I get off a little bit. But that's really it. That is the nuts and bolts of everything you need for a contest is on that one slide. So this one slide is it. If you take that with you, that is your guide to everything. But coming up, there is the international convention, and there's the contests being played out there. In that aspect, you have the opportunity, which is the first time ever, to view the contests online, and they're all free. You would have been sent an email from Toastmasters International in regard to the international convention coming up if you are a president or a secretary. So just be aware that this is on offer as well, and this is a one-off opportunity. You don't have to spend the time and the travel and everything else you need to deliver anything. or to get to a function, but you have it now. You have it on the screen and you have the resources at your fingertips. So that's it for my whole presentation, and done and dusted in under 5 minutes. But let me show you where to find these, because as much as I've shared them now, I'll stop sharing the screen and show you how easy it is to find these resources. I'll go to my escape out of this. Love these presentations. You can't escape out of them. All right. So I'm going to my Toastmasters International, and I'll just share this because it's so simple, and that's what it should be for all of you. Simple resources, easy to find and accessible for everyone. So for a start, I'm going to type into my search engine the International Rulebook for contests, and it can't be the one for 2020. So you might scroll down and suddenly see 2019-2020 Rulebook. That is still in play, but it's only in play now for the contests that are going on at the international level. So as soon as the international contests are finished in the end of August, well, yeah, at the end of August, because they've changed the contest date, as soon as that is finished, this rule book is obsolete. And Matt will be talking about all of the rules in regard to the rule book. So going back to the correct contest rule book we're after is the people in front of me coming into the meeting. So I'll go 2020-2021. Making sure you definitely pick up the correct rule book. So you'll see on the screen now, you've got the 2019, but we want the 2021 one. So here it is. All you have to do is view the handbook, download it, store it in a contest file. And in that file, if you can store for the year your contest kit for each of the contests, you will be ready to go from the beginning. So Rulebook is also included in that as well. But up the top here on the Toastmasters International website, all I have to do is type in contest. And in it, up come all the resources, including the speech tutorial. The tutorials are valuable because they have that overview of all the roles, how to fill out judges' ballot forms, and also to share with you how to be a judge. So you've got someone talking to you in a format that is understandable and clear. You've got the resources on offer here as well. And you've got the frequently asked questions, which is something I didn't mention before, but it's at the bottom of every single Toastmasters International page. So if I click on that now, can you let me know, Matt, if I suddenly become off the screen with my resources? All good?
Looks okay to me.
Yep. So in the frequently asked questions are everything you need to do with everything to do with Toastmasters, but the contests are listed here. So let me find contests, clubs, renewals, speech contests. So down in the first column down the bottom, you click on that and it will tell you all the questions, will give you answers to many of the questions that people have when they do a contest. So such as, where do you find my resources? Who's eligible or ineligible to compete in a contest? Now that one's really important because when you hold a contest, sometimes you don't know who is eligible and who isn't. And there is also an online checker which is available from the when you log in as a member. So when you log in personally as a Toastmaster member, all of the resources I'm sharing currently are not logged in resources. So I can access this at any time, at any stage, from any computer. I might have forgotten my login, but I can easily help out with a contest. I can save this to a USB, plug it in anywhere, and print information off. So if you save the rulebook, save the contest kits, and you can find out information. But the one to do with Eligibility Checker revolves around knowing the person's name and their member number. And the Eligibility Checker only says whether someone is a paid member of a club. The rest of it is up to you to find out if they've competed elsewhere in the same contest, because beyond club level, there are certain rules in the rule book whether you can compete or not in the same contest. So say I competed in an evaluation contest in an area, I can't then go and compete in another area in the same contest. It's not allowed. So you just need to be aware of those sort of rules, and in regard to competing as well. Same with judging, and Matt will go through all of the new rules in the rule book as well. Are there any questions? Would anyone like to unmute and ask a question now that's come up in regard to where I find resources?
I have a question, Sue. It's
Yes.
Tokulupe here. And it's thank you. It's related to the few of the things that you just mentioned just before you went off. It's in regards to going into contest twice. Does that what do you mean by that? Is it like if I'm competing in an evaluation, is it in the same year or different year? Like, for example, I competed last year on the humorous contest. Does that mean I can compete this year, or is it within the same year? Like
No, it's only within the same schedule, so the same contest round. So if you compete at club level, you then can compete in any contest at club level and in any club at club level. But the minute you go to the next level up, you need to decide. So I belong to 4 clubs, and if I competed in all 4 of them and I won or came runner-up in all 4 of the contests, I then have to choose which one I'm going to in the next level. I can't go in all 4. It's not allowed. I need to pick which one I'm going to. And if I choose this one, say the first club I've chosen, that is the level and that is the contest I go all the way through. So if someone drops out and they say, oh, you were runner-up at the club contest, you can compete in area. I can't. I'm not allowed if I'm already a competitor. So be careful of that and of what level you can compete on. Does that answer your question?
I just kind of, I'm just saying it, repeat it, just for you to clarify if I get it. It doesn't mean if I'm a member of Essendon and Hume and I compete in the same, like humorous, in the coming contest and I won both of them, that means I can only go with one club. I can't compete in this humorous contest in 2 different places.
In the next level.
Yes, okay.
In the area. So that's when you need to decide. You might be absolutely superb, you've honed your skills, you've gone off and competed and suddenly you've won every contest and you go, wow, that's incredible. But you need to choose one and then move on from that. So you can't go above club level. You can practice in any club in the world, but you can't go above club level to the next level unless only you have to choose one contest, one club to represent. So
Okay.
if I won humorous and won evaluation and won table topics, that would be a miracle because I've never entered a contest. But if I won all of the 3, I could choose to go in one area contest in as long as it was just one particular contest, I could compete in all three. So because they're different contests, there's 3 different contests. So I can compete at the next level at area in all 3 contests. That's allowed. But I can't compete in all the same contests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get it. Thank you.
That makes
Thank
that
you,
clear. But a lot of the frequently asked questions that people ask in regard to any contest are found in this frequently asked questions section here. The other thing I want to share is if I go back to
Excuse me,
contest.
so this is Tony Simon here.
Yes.
Another thing is, so this, the eligibility or or a disqualification in this regard cannot be found from the eligibility, the website, right?
No.
So this has to be, checked manually by
So
an
when
agent.
the competitor will know. They will know when they sign the eligibility form, it says on it, have you competed? It clearly defines these things I'm speaking about now in that form when you sign that. So you'll know if you're eligible to go to the next level. And if you're found out that you've gone to the next level before, and you're found out later, like you might win at the next level, if in the next contest when it's checked, it's found out that you've competed at area level in the same contest with 2 different clubs, you will be disqualified, not only from the one, but from both. So be aware that you can't do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there another question in the chat box? I can't see it now. Yes.
I've got a question. So there's another resource that people always need that doesn't live on the Toastmasters website, and that's the contest scripts.
Yes.
So, and there's a million different copies of a heap of different scripts, and some of them are better or worse, but most of the time they don't get updated with the latest rules and all that sort of stuff. So is there a best place where we can find up-to-date contest
Absolutely.
scripts?
Currently on the District 73 website, we've got updated contest scripts, and that's on D73. I'll just leave this website for a moment. And what can you see on my, I've stopped sharing, so that's fine. I will go to District 73. And then share my screen again. This is a really valuable resource because it's written for us, and it's updated regularly in District 73. Okay, so let me share the screen. Okay, so here's the District 73 website, and currently it's in the stages or in process of being updated. So things will change slightly in order, but the information will still be there and valuable for everyone. So when I go down here to resources and I go right down to contests, it shows how to hold a club speech contest. If I click on that, oops, hold a speech contest. So here it talks about the region quarterfinal, the organizer, and the scripts should be here because that's where they were last time. All right, so let me go for, I'll make sure that the scripts that should be here under contests are definitely put back here. I'm not sure where they've been put at the moment, but they were recreated recently.
So
and
they
put back
were
on
on that see it's Debbie. They were on that tab. I could see them where she was
Yeah.
there. You might need to scroll your screen out.
It's probably because
Contest.
all your faces are covering it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so under resources, contests,
I'll move it to the side.
Yeah, right down the bottom.
contests, and then down the
there
bottom
you
that
go.
one. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. I saw it somewhere. Okay, so in the scripts, it has an example of an agenda. You've got the international contest script, humorous, evaluation, and table topics. So all of your resources that you need for running through how to actually share as contest chair, how to speak towards a contest, and so that you're clearly defining exactly what's needed is available here. Going back to, are there any other questions? The other thing that on the District 73 website, the other thing that is of huge value to you is the district officer list. So that list that I'm clicking on now has all the resources. When you get beyond club level, you've got a lot of district leaders that are listed here that have been around for a while. And they're not only resourceful for contests, but they're resourceful for many other things as well. So if you're wanting that cross-pollination between area directors, you've got all of their contact details here listed under this resource. So it's email us, district officers, and you'll find all of them listed there, and they can potentially help you as well. There was
I have a question.
Yes, Robin.
This is an issue that comes up in our club repeatedly, is about the definition of contest. So let's say we run 2 contests in one evening, say the international speech contest and an evaluation contest. So the question is, if you are contest chair for the evaluation contest, can you be in the international speech contest? Is it the one evening defined as the one contest, even though there are 2 separate contests? Or can you define it as 2 separate contests because it actually is 2 separate contests?
So in the rule book, you need to check the wording word for word, because if it says event can be 2 contests. It can also be 1 contest, or it could be 4 contests. If you conclude every contest at the end by announcing the award winners and announcing that's the end of it, then that's finishing of the contest. But the event is the whole event. So you need to double check the wording, and we'll certainly get back to you, because I need to reread it myself. But if it says event, be careful, because event could mean anything that's held on that day. But if it says contest, then that concludes at the end of the contest. So do you have the wording there in front of you now, Robin? Okay, so yeah, we can double check that, and I'll have a reread of that before the end of today, and I'll put a note in the chat box. But if it's a contest, it's the actual contest. If it's an event, and often they swing between contest and event when they're describing something in the rule book and when they're speaking about something on Toastmasters International. But I'm here to share resources. Are there any other resources that people would like to know about?
Sue?
Yep.
Just a quick question I put in the chat. Is the contest scripts for face-to-face contests, or are they for Zoom online contests?
So currently it is the club's choice what they want to do. So if the club wants to meet in person and they're allowed to meet in person, South Australia would have no problem of that coming up, but and Tasmania would have no problem with that. But as far as Victoria goes, you are in severe lockdown again. So your choice will have to be what suits your club and what you're capable of doing, making sure that you follow the guidelines of Toastmasters International, which are, it's left to the club, and following the guidelines of what's available in your, due to the government. So you need to be well aware of that. So one other thing before I finish, if you go back to the Toastmasters International website, I will find it back here. You may want, oh, actually no, if you go back even to the district website, on the district website, you will find, if I share again, you will find the treasure trove of who has gone before you and won at different events. So sometimes watching these Toastmasters information that they have shared in the past and going to the District Hall of Fame, you can actually see who has won the contest at different levels. So if you scroll down to the Hall of Fame, you can see all the speech contest winners. Now, if they're competing in contests again this year, they're really valuable resources to watch how they portray themselves and look at previous contests. So coming up onto our new website will be all the contest presenters that were in the contest recently, and you'll be able to watch that. But on Toastmasters International and on YouTube channels, you can certainly watch all of the Toastmasters that have competed in previous contests. And that gives you a really good idea, if you're a competitor, of what is out there with the skill sets as well. So from a competitor point of view, to a club point of view, or to division or area, there are certainly different things that you need. And most of that is available on the Toastmasters International website or District 73.